Good afternoon. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Mudita Moment. This watch is available from Mudita.com for $500. The watch is available in 3 dial colour options, black, white and grey respectively. This is the white dial version, and it's also available on several strap options. This is the grey Deserto Strap. If it's not to your personal taste, it's also available on a black Deserto Strap. So firstly, let's look at the box that the watch comes in, and then I'll talk you through the other items one gets with the piece. So the watch comes in this white cardboard watch box, as you can see, and it has the Mudita Moment motto, which is inhale, exhale, repeat. And as you can see on the side, it says Mudita Moment, enjoy your mindful time. So the concept behind the Mudita Moment is mindfulness and meditation. So one withdraws the cardboard tray from the sleeve, and as you can see, the watch is well protected in shipping within a foam cutout panel. And inside, one gets this cardboard envelope, and it translates the meaning of Mudita in Hindi, which is sympathetic joy, the happiness that comes from other people's good fortune and well-being. So as discussed, mindfulness is the basis, the concept behind the Mudita Moment. So inside we have several leaflets which are translated into multiple foreign languages. This is the user's manual. Clear, concise instructions in English, Polish, Spanish, German, French, and lastly, there's also a leaflet which is dedicated specifically to the strap used, which is made from vegan plant-based Deserto material. So, with regards to the specifications of the piece, this is the Mudita Moment. We have a 38mm case diameter, we have a 42.5mm lug-to-lug measurement, a thickness of 11.2mm, and a lug width of 20mm. The Deserto strap tapers from 20mm at the lugs down to the buckle and tang. The buckle and tang is sterile, it's not signed. I would prefer to see the Mudita brand logo engraved, but however, it's a good heavy gauge of 316L grade stainless steel, which has a matte bead blasted finish to it, which matches the matte bead blasted effect to the case. 2 keepers on the strap, one's fixed, one slides as one would expect. And as discussed, this strap is made from Deserto material, and it's the first time I've seen a Deserto strap. So although it looks like leather because it's got a textured grain finish, Deserto is a material which is actually made from cactus plants which are grown in Mexico. So this strap is actually made from cactus plant material. It does look and feel very much like leather, but of course it is vegan friendly because vegans can't use leather straps, bearing in mind they're made from animals. Now in terms of thickness, it does feel very stiff and it does feel like a resin strap, or alternatively a synthetic leather strap made from PU leather, but it does have the matte appearance of a grained leather strap, and of course it will appeal to vegans that prefer synthetic materials as opposed to leather. The stitching is very good quality and plenty of holes in the strap to allow for fine tuning the length. It's very well made, and I'm pleased to see the use of quick release stainless steel spring bars, because that means one doesn't need to use a spring bar tool in order to exchange the strap. So with regards to the rest of the specification, we have a double dome sapphire crystal with clear AR coating on the underside, and the clear anti-reflective coating does a good job of reducing the glare and the highly reflective nature of the dial. So as you can see, very good symmetry to the dial. It's a minimalist design. It does actually look like Bauhaus design, and in the center of the dial we have 15 dots. And the concept behind the 15 dots is for breathing techniques. One can use the 15 dots for meditation. For example, when the second hand moves around the 15 dots, as you can see, there's a dot on the counterbalance of the second hand. One can use that for breathing techniques during mindfulness meditation. So the basis of the watch is using it to remind oneself to breathe, and hence the motto, inhale, exhale, repeat. This watch will appeal to people that practice mindfulness meditation. So 60-minute ticks fully indexed around the chapter ring, and the black minute ticks contrasts very well with the matte white dial. So good clarity to the dial. The black baton hands also contrast very well, and if you like minimalist design, this will appeal to you. With regards to the case, it's solid 316L grade stainless steel, and it's got a matte bead blasted finish throughout. Nice curved profile to the bezel, which is also matte and bead blasted effect. In the case back, we have a screwed down exhibition case back, which is glazed with mineral crystal, 4 flathead screws securing it. The case back provides an effective hermetic seal to 50 metres, which is perfectly acceptable. And we've got the Mudita brand emblem engraved into the rotor, and also the motto of the Mudita moment, which is inhale, exhale, repeat. So very nicely executed and nice to show off the Miyota caliber 9015 automatic. Now, I can't give you a wrist shot because unfortunately, as you can see, the Deserto Strap is just a fraction too short for my 8-inch wrist. But however, for the majority of collectors, this will fit you no problems whatsoever if you have a 6 to 7 inch wrist, and clearly at 38mm head of the piece, the intention is clearly for collectors with a 6 to 7 inch wrist, so there is enough length on the strap if you have up to a 7 inch wrist. The taper on the strap is correct, 20mm tapering down to the buckle and tang, and the curved lugs do complement the curved profile of the bezel. I like the matte bead blasted effect to the stainless steel case. It makes a refreshing change from using brushed satin finish, alternatively mirror polished. The double dome sapphire crystal is very aesthetically pleasing, and the minimalist style design is clearly legible, and it's unusual having the 15 dots in the centre of the dial, and also that dot counterbalance which lines up with them, so one can use that for meditation and breathing techniques as discussed. The proportions of the hands are good. The minute hand extends all the way to the minute ticks on the chapter ring, as does the second hand, so there's plenty of length on the hands, and it's a very easy to read dial, and perfect if you like minimalist designs and you like Bauhaus style design. So, very lightweight piece because it's only 61 grams, and that's unusual for a Miyota 9015 automatic. Usually I would expect a automatic powered piece to weigh in excess of 100 grams even on a strap, but 65 grams really does make this a weightless piece. It does feel invisible on wrist, and as you can see, it's very low profile. It's only 11.2mm, so 11.2 is the kind of thickness one would expect with a quartz powered or manual wind piece. To get only 11.2 from an automatic is very good, and that's the benefit of using the Miyota 9015 because it's a very low profile movement, and therefore one can reduce the thickness of the piece. So low profile, good looking, well balanced, and it lacks heft. 61 grams means it's very comfortable, particularly suitable if you have a smaller wrist of 6 to 7 inches. Right, so with regards to the crown, it's a push-pull crown, which is perfectly acceptable for a daily wear piece, coin edge finished, and it's sterile. Again, I would prefer to see the crown engraved or embossed alternatively with a Mudita brand emblem because that would enhance it, but it is finished to an acceptable standard. So let's test the push-pull crown execution. Pulling it out to the second click position is the time setting position. Now the 9015 does have a phantom date setting position, so the first click position is a phantom date setting position. The date wheel is present underneath the dial. Even though the date window is absent, one can feel the quick set date complication clicking over in the first position. Pulling it out to the second click position hacks the movement. If you look at the second hand, you can see I have now hacked it. I've now stopped the movement dead, so it's possible to set the time precisely to the second with the caliber 9015. Firm resistance to the 9015, it feels firmer than an H35A, which you'll be familiar with, and I like it. No backplay, clockwise and anti-clockwise. It feels like a good solid movement. In terms of quality, I regard the 9015 to be equal in quality to the ETA 2824-2 and the Solita SW200-1. Very similar build quality, quality control, materials and accuracy. So absolute pleasure to set the time with the 9015. Pushing it back in, it's got a nice positive click, and that restarts the movement. So the push-pull crown provides an effective hermetic seal to 50 meters, which is perfectly acceptable. So the watch doesn't have any loom, so therefore I won't do a loom test, but I'll discuss the movement because it's one of my favourite aspects of the piece. You'll all be familiar with the Miyota 9015 automatic, which is made in Japan, and it's been in use since 2019. The 9015 is a reliable, well-proven workhorse Japanese movement. It has 24 joules and it runs at 28,800 vibrations per hour, and a frequency of 4 Hz. It has hand winding and hacking, which useful complications, 42-hour power reserve, which is perfectly acceptable. The stated accuracy of the 9015 is -10 to +30 seconds per day. However, they're often well regulated to better than -10 to +30. This one has been very well regulated and it's running consistently at +5 seconds per day, which is actually within chronometer limits of -4 to +6. So +5 is very good from a 9015. I like the milled stripes, which are like Côtes du Genève on the bridge to the movement, as you can see. So very well finished. The 9015 is a higher quality movement than the NH35A. As discussed, I regard it as equal quality overall to the ETA 2824-2 or alternatively the SW200-1. It's lower profile than the NH35A, and that means one can reduce the thickness of the case back and the crystal. And for example, this is only 11.2. If it were powered by an NH35A, it would have to be 12 millimeters. So 11.2 is very slender for an automatic powered piece, bearing in mind it's got a double dome sapphire crystal rather than being flat. So I really like it. It's a good choice, and the rotor is very well executed, and it's nice that they've made the effort of just not using the standard Miyota 9015 rotor. It has the Mudita brand emblem engraved, and also we have the inhale, exhale, repeat motto engraved. So nice attention to detail. Now, with regards to the 9015, one detail I really like about it is that it runs at 4 Hz. So to put that into perspective, this runs at 28,800 vibrations per hour and 4 Hz. 4 Hz movements have a nice smooth sweep to the second hand. With Seiko movements such as the NH35A, they run at 3 Hz, so they run at a lower beats rate of 21,600 vibrations per hour. Personally, I prefer 4 Hz movements. I prefer the smooth sweep of a 4 Hz second hand to the stuttering or juddering of a 3 Hz second hand. I think that 28,800 vibrations per hour is better than 21,600 vibrations per hour respectively. I really regard 4 Hz and 28,800 to be the sweet spot. It's the perfect compromise, the perfect balance between power reserve and accuracy. So this has 42 hours, which is excellent, and it also runs at +5 seconds per day, which is within chronometer limits. So it's an accurate movement, it's reliable, the build quality is good, the quality control is good, and it's higher grade than the NH35A. So correct choice for this piece, and I like the fact it's low profile. I would actually like to see more brands using the 9015 as an alternative to the NH35A. So very nice movement, and I like the fact it's got hand winding and hacking. So let's discuss the strap used, because it's rather unusual. So this is a Deserto strap, and it's the first time I've seen a strap made from Deserto material. Now it does look like synthetic PU leather because of the grained textured finish to it. It has a matte appearance of leather, but Deserto is actually made from cactus plants which are grown in Mexico, and then they extract the cactus plant material, dry it out, and then they use it to make the strap. So it feels like a resin strap, or alternatively a PU leather synthetic strap, but it actually feels and looks very like leather. And of course it's vegan friendly because it's not made from animals, it's made from cactus plants in Mexico. And it's good. It's a credible alternative to using a leather strap, and it doesn't feel as soft and supple as a silicone rubber strap, and it does feel more supple than a resin strap used on Casio digital watches, for example. It doesn't feel stiff like plastic. It feels more like rubber, and interesting material, and I would like to see more brands use Deserto as a strap material as an alternative to PU leather, which is made from vinyl. So I actually think it's innovative, and I think that Mudita deserve credit for using a Deserto strap rather than just using a rubber or plastic strap. So lastly, I'll summarise the piece. What do I think of it overall? Well, when I'm considering reviewing a watch on my channel, the watch meet 2 criteria. It should be both excellent quality and excellent value at the respective price point. So the Mudita Moment is $500 US. I think the quality is good. The quality control, builds quality and finishing throughout are all good. However, I think at $500 US it's an expensive piece, and therefore I'm going to declare the value as poor. To make this good or excellent value, at $500 one would expect to see a Swiss movement, such as the ETA 2824-2, or alternatively the Sellita SW200-1. At $500 one has to expect a Swiss automatic movement, and I think they would have been the correct choice. The Miyota 9015 is made in Japan, and it is excellent. It is one of my favourite Miyota movements. It's definitely a level above the 8215, which is a cost-cutting measure used by many Chinese brands. The 9015 is better, running at 28,800 vibrations per hour and 4 Hz, and really the quality control, the build quality, the materials, and the quality overall of the finishing, the milled stripes, is higher level. So I like it. I think the 9015 is excellent, but however, at $500 it's pushing it to be using a 9015. It really needs to have an ETA 2824-2 or an SW200-1 to be considered good quality, or alternatively excellent quality. So the quality of the watch is good, the value I would say is poor, and really I think that Mudita need to consider reducing the price point from $500 to make this more competitive within the mid-tier. But having said that, if you're a vegan and you also enjoy mindfulness, meditation, I'm sure that this watch will appeal to you. So I hope you've enjoyed my review of the Mudita Moment. Please feel free to post your own comments below the video. Thank you very much.